Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We are in Fallout 4 today, and as you can see, we have this giant tower. Now, if you didn't catch the last episode, we built this basically a religious site for the children of Atom, the religion within the Fallout universe. It was kind of modeled off the Tower of Babel, the famous Tower of Babel, and I kind of recreated it here. And I did have the initial thought, I don't know if I said that in the original video, but I did have this thought about, because it's children of Adam, and they obviously worship the nuclear bomb and blah blah blah. I thought, could we do like a mushroom cloud kind of design? And I don't know if I mentioned that in the last episode, but I had thought about it. But I just wasn't sure how to pull it off, basically. So I did settle on this kind of design, but I sort of uploaded some images on Reddit, and a Reddit poster said, why don't you make it a mushroom cloud, which again I had sort of thought about before. And I just basically said, well, I don't know how to make these the exterior fences, junk fences that I've been using to make the walls. I didn't know how to make it spherical for the mushroom cloud top bit, and but I did a little bit of experimentation off screen, and I think I can semi pull it off. I'm not sure if it's going to be super obvious if you just look at it. It might just look like a giant water tower, but maybe we can try and accentuate some things and make it look more mushroomy. So that's what I'm going to try and attempt today. So I'm going to try and make it look like a mushroom cloud, as well as doing some interior stuff. Again, I sort of uploaded onto Reddit, and people love the interior for some reason. I mean, it looks pretty cool if looking up. I think there's a perception that I've sort of placed all these things kind of separately, but obviously these are just the junk fences, and it's just how they come. So I think that kind of sells the look. But yeah, so, and I also wanted to, because we're going further upwards, I wanted to delete some of the floor on that bit there, just to make it look even more, kind of accentuate the look even more. So I guess we can just get into it. I'm just going to jump into the build menu here, and hopefully it's not going to lag too much. We did have a lot of lagging problems on the last episode. I'm not too sure what was going on. I mean, I lowered the graphics quality, and I tried to delete some things and just try and make it chill out a little bit, but it just wasn't working for us. So I'm just going to delete these larger sections, and then later on I'll fill it in here. I just wanted to sort of get, so if you're at the base here and you're looking up, you just get like the full length, but I won't go any further than that, just because we're getting so close near the top that it's getting quite messy. So anyway, I will continue building up. So we'll leave that for now, and then we'll just jump into our homemaker mod, which is where I am getting the fences from. And I probably will go another 2 more junk fences higher, and then I think that'll give us the height that we kind of need. And I'm just going to basically build on top of what I already have, and just changing the look each span. And if you can see in the background, you can see there's a giant satellite array over there, and that's basically satellite dome. I don't know what the right word is, but that's basically what I'm going to use. And I'm going to use the place everywhere mod, which is very handy, and I literally just figured out, using the power of the internet, how to use it to its full extent. Basically, I was using it kind of like this, where it just allows me to intersect and just basically put things wherever I please, but I didn't realize that there was a sort of larger set of variables, I guess, that you can adjust, including rotation and sizing and stuff like that. So I just figured it out. I was like, I literally Googled, like, how do you rotate stuff in, like, is there a mod that you can rotate stuff? And then it came up with place everywhere, and I was like, well, I already have that. And that's how I found it. So that is very cool. And I did have a little bit of a play with it. I'm probably going to be, you know, like, if I do it on screen, then it's going to be very slow and not very interesting. But maybe I'll include it just in case there's people out there like me who are completely naive to that. I mean, when I upload stuff to Reddit, there's quite a few people who ask me kind of questions that I don't mind answering them, but they're very kind of simple questions that I assume, I mean, if you did settlements before, that you kind of know the answer to. But this game continually proves to me that there's still so many things that I mean, I've dumped a bunch of hours into it, but there's still stuff I'm discovering. So yeah. Oh, we're kind of making it look the same. So I'm going to get see that satellite dish there? I'm going to get that, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, I guess, than the original. And it's going to be kind of cumbersome because I'm not super familiar with the Place Everywhere mod at this point, but we're going to do our best. So it is in this one, and we've got, is it structures? I think it's structures. And then we have large structures. So that just gives us a bunch of structures from around the Commonwealth. As you can see here, a bunch of different ones. And the one we're after, hopefully, if it's gonna, here we go. So I was thinking about this one here because it's kind of the damaged one. I think it's the one that they use for that super mutant base. So we're gonna use this one. So I'm gonna place it preferably in the middle, and we're gonna try and make it look, because I do want to add sort of supports and things around the top to make it look, kind of flare it out a little bit and make it look like, you know, it is actually supported instead of just plonking it on the top here. But I want to make it a little bit bigger just to give us that kind of effect of the large mushroom cloud type deal. So we select it, and I think we hit F7. Yes? No? Okay, I need to... Goodness me, see, this is what happens. You think you've got something, and then it says no. After it's highlighted, the easiest way to manipulate it is to lock it in with the function key F7. So once it's highlighted, so I'm just reading the instructions of the, okay, so it's highlighted. Okay, we're going to highlight it, and then F7. Okay, that's what I actually, before I clicked it, so that's why it didn't work. And we're going to go to the number key, and I'm just going to resize it. I think, I don't know how high I should go. Maybe I'll just keep it at that. I don't want to go too crazy high. And we just need to make sure it's staying in the middle somewhat. Okay, I'm just gonna pull back a little bit and just see how it's looking. It's looking pretty big. And it's not, I mean, I think we can get a little bit more in the middle. I kind of want it to look somewhat, I kind of like that. It looks like it's actually, you know, supporting itself. Okay, we do have some intersection between the geometry, but that's okay. And then what I wanted to do is add another one on the top, just to complete the dome look. So if we This is going to take some finagling. If we do that, so we need to lock that one in. Come on. Okay, F7 it. And then I made it one size bigger. Okay. And then I need to rotate. So I've got to change the axis. I think it's to the y-axis, I think. But anyway, we have moved this thing into position, and we are about to be cancelled. And let me just see the rotations. Yeah, okay, so it's not completely symmetrical top to bottom. But I did want to fill out the center. So because if you merge the two together, it doesn't quite, I mean, I could be wrong, but it doesn't quite look like a domey kind of shape. But I guess we could move it down a little. Can we lock that one in? Could we move it down just a little, just to get a domey shape, maybe just a little bit more. Something like that. Okay. And then I just wanted to put in those fences again, just to sort of fill in the space in between, as well as giving it kind of that more built out look. Like it didn't just appear here spontaneously. And we do need to, as I mentioned before, kind of figure out how to make it look more integrated, I guess, to the base structure, just so it doesn't look like it's just sort of plonked on the top. Because we do want to, I mean, I talk about realism, but we do want to kind of make it look semi-realistic. Just making my way downtown. I mean, making my way around. Try not to intersect too much. Obviously with shapes like this, I mean the dome shape, if anything goes through, it's like very obvious. So, but then we have situations like this, so maybe we need to bring you down a little bit. And before I forget, we better save before we lose everything, because, you know, as I say almost every episode, every video, this game can be very crashy. Pretty much every time I upload something onto Reddit, any kind of settlement that I'm working on, there's always several people who say, you know, complain about their own setup and you know, crashing and that kind of nonsense. It's definitely something you have to consider all the time, and I have learnt that the hard way many a time. Thankfully, you know, I haven't had the instance where I've done like a massive settlement like this, or building or construction or something, and then lost everything. Because you know, in the past, I've built like a cool settlement. I mean, it wasn't, you know, particularly large or anything, but you know, spent a decent amount of time on it, and then for it to crash and then lose the settlement. But you know, those kind of instances, you kind of learn your lesson, and then when you do the bigger projects like this, there's always that part of your brain that's like, oh yeah, you know, you're pushing your luck, the time, looking at the time, how much build time you've done. You're pushing your luck. You haven't had the crash yet, but it's coming. It's not a matter of if, but when. And again, you know, we got the autosave mod, which is extremely helpful. I don't think it saves while you're in the build menu, but unlike the base game, it will save when you leave the kind of build menu. So you do, because I believe the vanilla base game, it doesn't do that. You have to like do something like, do a mission, or, quick save yourself, or, there has to be some kind of event, but just leaving the build menu doesn't save, if I recall correctly. So that auto save feature is a godsend, because yes, I think there's been 1 or 2 times where that has saved me, saved a couple of hours worth of work. So definitely a positive. So let's just move back a little bit and just see how we're looking. I'm really hoping this is going to look kind of like a mushroom cloud. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Maybe we need to do something just underneath here, just to sort of flare it out a little bit, give more of a mushroom cloud look. I don't know, like, should the dome at the top be even bigger? I'm not a mushroom cloud expert, but is that the vibe that you get? When you look at that, is that a mushroom cloud, or is that just a giant water tower thingy? I don't know. Okay, so again, when I uploaded to Reddit, some people were like, the interior is amazing, but the exterior, meh, it's kind of average. But, if we have a giant dome thing at the top, at least it's not boring, But anyway, let's go to structures, wood, miscellaneous, and we are looking for something to kind of look like support. And we probably have to go kind of crazy with it to kind of... Okay, so that one, it's maybe not angled enough. And do we really believe that these tiny wooden support things are holding up the entire structure? Now, I'm being kind of loose with this because, as you can see, it's not really providing much of a kind of flared out look. So, I'm just it's kind of like kit bashing, you just get random bits, and we got this bit here. I mean, do we really believe that, these insignificant pieces of timber are holding up this massive structure? Uh-oh. Oh, I thought we were going to have a crash there. So I'm being kind of loose with this. I'm not too sold on it. We'll just sort of do a few and then see how she looks. And then, I might have to, like, get some of these big fences and kind of angle them inwards to try and sell the look, because it's, I'm not super convinced there, people. Not super convinced. We don't really have anything to kind of fill up that space there. So I had another thought. What if we had, I think it's in the first structures, and we go miscellaneous. We got a bunch of these telephone poles / utility poles. If we just get like a bunch of these and kind of, maybe these thicker ones. If we just sort of, I'm just gonna loosely place them around, because we are gonna do a bunch of them actually. Okay, we are going to angle them so they look like supports. So I won't do that on camera because that's incredibly boring. I can foresee it. So I will save you the pain that I'm about to endure, and I will come back to you in a moment. I mean, it's alright. I mean, some of them don't really line up very well. Just try and clean this up a little bit, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Does it look like that's actually legit? Oh my gosh. I think this project is getting sillier and sillier by the moment. I had this. I don't know how, if this is gonna work out, but I have this grand idea about possibly, because it's meant to be like a nuclear bomb, right? It's meant to emulate a nuclear bomb. If we put some kind of like rubbish or something inside and then make a giant, like essentially a giant fireball. I guess this could work if it's like, what if we make this, yeah, what if we make this bigger? So let's do that. And then, don't know if this is the correct button. How do I make it bigger? Okay. Something like that. Maybe 2 more. Let's just put it in the middle. And let's just do maybe 1 more. Kind of nearer the bottom. But I don't want it to like stick out of the thing. Let's just do something like that. I mean, the intention is not to have somebody being like what I'm doing now, like flying around and like, you know, really looking hard at it. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Yeah. And then let's just see, there's no touching, no intersection between geometry. Okay. And then if we do something like, this might be funny. I better save it before I do anything, because I kind of have this sinking feeling that something's going to happen. Let's do a quick save and then jump back in. I'm going to put a giant, I'm going to put the fire effect that I used before on those like chain cauldron things down the bottom, and I'm going to make it very large and just see if it looks completely silly. Where are we? No, we're in decorations, SOE, and effects. Let's go fire, and we want the medium smoky, I think. If we do something like that, and then if I do that, nothing happens. Actually, is that bit getting bigger? I can't tell. I think it is. Oh, I think the sprites are kind of like, it is getting bigger, but the sprites are kind of just getting spaced out rather than changing. So that didn't really work out the way I intended it to. If I do the smoke one, if I go large, and do the same thing, does that make the sprites larger? Or does it just space them out? That looks like that's making the sprites larger. If we just do like a big ass smoky boy. Is that actually going through? Can't tell. Yeah, it's coming through. Oh no. Oh no. I'm about to fall to my death. I think that's the maximum size you can go. Sorry, height. I thought I did have a thing that allowed, a mod that allowed me to not have to worry about that, but maybe not. The last thing I wanted to do is put a, excuse me, a really big, like a big light in the middle to kind of give you the sense that there is in fact some fire in there. How do I get back in? I gotta go through here. No, up here. Up. Can I? Let me in. Okay, we're gonna have to TCL it. TCL. That's how we do things. I'm a little bit bummed about this fire thing because I really thought it was gonna make the fire bigger. Should we just give it one more try with some other one? Let's try fire medium. Let's just see. Fingers crossed. And we can't select it because the spikes are in the way. Let's just move that up. This is going to help us. I had to put it in the hardest spot to get the... Ah, jeez. Come on. Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to try at the top because this is annoying me. Yeah, about there maybe. I will move it if I can actually select it. Come on. I can't even select it. Well, we're going to have like random bits of fire just sitting there. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, no, don't select that. Goodness me. Oh my gosh. Okay. I better stop before something bad happens. We want to go SOE pack. We want to go light source. And we want the biggest freaking one we can get. Large, bright. Thank you very much. And let's go orange. What about doing a bunch of them? Because we really want to sell the look that we are cooking. Doing something dangerous up here. Oh, I can't do it because we're above the... Oh, we are getting very slow, all these lights. If it doesn't work out, I'm just going to have to bail on the idea. Let's just have a look. Woo, something fiery is up there. Okay. Let's just jump out. I'm just going to change the time to nighttime and just see if that changes the dynamic. Because I have a feeling that it's going to be... Oh, we're still flying because I'm in TCL. I'm just wondering if there's any angle that you can look up and actually see if there's like something in there. I think having the light in there kind of sells a look more that it's actually like... it's meant to look like a nuclear bomb's gone off. But let's set the game hour to... Let's try it. Nighttime. Okay, we can see a bit of fire, a bit of smoke. Something's going on up there. Okay. Oh, that's looking pretty spicy. Okay. I'm semi-happy with that. Yeah, I mean, adding that smoke there really sells, you know, the look. I might actually add another one. But the thing is, if I can't select the smoke, then it just... Okay, oh yeah, that's cool. I can see the junk inside and I can see the fire. So, I mean, from this perspective, it looks like, yes, we are burning something up there. Which is kind of what I wanted. If I cleared out the center of that tower, we're just going to have like some random view. That's quite bright up there. We're going to have some random view of just like floating junk / fire. What's that? Oh, a blue fly. But I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'll keep that. Now, does that actually filter through down here? Oh. I guess if we fill in that floor, it's not going to, but yes. Okay. I gotta set the game hour back to something reasonable. And I noticed with this, there seems to be a lot of kind of fogginess, and when you change it to the morning again, and then you come like after about a minute or so, it'll just suddenly, the fog will just instantly disappear, and then the game will kind of semi-freeze and then it'll be like very bright. It's very weird. Okay, well, I guess that kind of looks like a mushroom cloud, doesn't it? I just don't know how I'm gonna like, how I can change it more. I guess we could go bigger with the dome, but then I have to like change so much. I think if we just leave it as is, then, you know, I don't know. I mean, let me know in the comments or whatever. I'm probably gonna post this on Reddit, and tons of people are gonna say, "Oh, you need to do this," which is fine, and I'll take it on board. I must admit, that's a pretty cool view, actually. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. I need to do some interior stuff because, you know, it's not very settler friendly in here, that's for sure. And oh, there was one more thing. Do we want to do it now? Do we want to do it now? See, it just popped. Just like all the fog disappeared and it suddenly got a lot faster. Maybe I should turn off the fog in the options somehow. Let's just actually just, I'm getting distracted by my magnificent mushroom cloud. Does that not look intense? Just like camping. How does it look from the top? Oh, and we are gonna fall again. Better go down. Okay, I need to just focus on this interior. Okay, so I had some comments of people saying, you know, like there was that radiation pool in the middle of this settlement when you know, the vanilla game, and that kind of suit the Children of Atom kind of vibe, because, you know, often in the game they're kind of around a pit of you know, where a bomb's gone off, and sometimes there's a pond in the middle of it. So I'm just wondering if I can incorporate that somehow, because I do have if we go to the SOE pack, we've got the pool and we do have water. If we go large, bloody creek, glowing, oh, we got glowing sea, so we got something like this. that kind of adds an interesting effect to the floor there, doesn't it? But I do want to, I mean, I don't want it to have, it's like so, if we do something like that, it's very, that's quite intense. Okay, I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm fine with having, like, you know, I guess, like, not a pond, but a some sort of giant puddle in here. Glowing sea. I think I'm leaning more towards this kind of, this more chilled out version. I like the look of the you know, the rocks going through as well. Okay, so if we do this irradiated lake one, because I mean, I could always change it, but yeah. If we just fill in the whole floor, because that other one's quite intense. Like, this looks quite intense. If we do it kind of low to the ground, this seems to be, there's like a slight dip here, which is kind of good for us. But if we can get away with, if we go, where were we? Lake irradiated. If we can connect it, it doesn't seem to. Do I have snapping on? Okay, I didn't have snapping on. If we do that, does it snap? Doesn't seem to want to snap. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just lower it, because I really want. Okay. I'm freaking out here. we want to... I want to have it so it's not just... so it doesn't just end, you know, at the end of this... like it's doing now. Okay, so that's going to work, but I don't want it to... Okay, let me figure this out. Well, things are a little bit different. I have done quite a bit of work off screen, mostly because I've just been having a lot of freezing issues, so it just kind of ruined the flow of the video. I just, you know, would start and then it would just stop and just, yeah, not good. So, and I think we're freezing right now. Let me just show you what I've done. Okay, so we have a disgusting cesspool irradiated. We got some toxic waste barrels and things like that, and we got a little walkway made with barrels and wood to our I don't know what you call that, tower, to access the other levels. We got this little I was trying to hook up a nuclear bomb, you know, the ammo, but it just, because of the physics, it kept falling down, so I just put this there instead. But maybe we can figure something out later on. I've dotted around some lights just to sort of add some ambience, and these are kind of used as the source of that. So that's very cool. This area here is going to be used for commerce, so we'll set up some shops and things. We have our water set up, taken care of. We got some little shacks dotted around the place. Each one of them has a little bed in there, so that's where people are going to sleep and live. Excuse me. I probably will add some more on a second level and then do ladders and things going down to the ground so that we can get more people in here. As I said in the last video, I don't really want to do anything like up there where it's like difficult for people to, or the settlers, the AI for the settlers to try and figure out how to get up there, because it's always a mess. So yeah, that's basically it. So I'll fill out this area, maybe the next episode, and we'll do like a final one. And we got a little area here for our food production, but I'm thinking I might change this to possibly being on that side over there. I don't really like it being this close to the entranceway. But yeah, that's kind of the interior thus far. It's looking interesting, especially with the lighting setup and the view. I mean, I will fill in that gap later on, off camera. The view is very interesting, to say the least. So if we make our way outside, on the final episode, I'll do one more episode probably on this one. We'll do some stuff around the outside, and I guess finish off doing these sort of effects around the place. So just to sort of really sell the look, let me just finish off with, if we just take off into the sky, I want to get like a long shot. And then if I set the time, let's do, oh, a bit too much fog. I have an idea. Maybe, what if I just had a thought, what if we did lighting that going up the entire kind of tower length? I wonder if that'll kind of sell the look of the, you know, explosion, the nuke. Let's just see what the interior looks like before we jump out. That is looking very... That's pretty cool. Yeah, like if you have the light sort of like leading up the tower, that could be quite interesting. Maybe I'll do a few more of these things off camera or something. But yeah, quite enjoying this one, I must say. Having all this wood and, you know, there's just a lot of visual interest happening in this one, which I'm really enjoying. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Hope to see you again next time, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.